So you guys, I wanted to ask you this, and I know you're going to probably look at me like, huh? So I wanted to ask you this. So how's your New Year's resolution going?
I haven't made one.
Haven't
I
made
don't
one?
do them.
You don't do them?
I don't do them. Mm-mm.
I was talking about last year's.
Oh,
Ooh.
you know, I did one last year either.
You did?
I
Wow.
don't think so. No.
You know, the reason I said that was because we make these New Year's resolutions. A lot of us do every year, you know, and I kind of really didn't. And then I thought I probably should, you know, I probably need to set these goals. So I'd set them. And
I'd say your damn New Year's resolution needs to be to learn my damn math.
did you guys hear it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Wade is so easy to live with. He's being silly. Anyway, he is fun. But guys, so I would make these resolutions and they really, you know, I thought that they were important to me, but they'd be like, I got to lose 15 pounds or whatever it would be, you know. And then by probably February, they started getting, they kind of disappeared from my mind. And then by March, they were just done. You know, I never carried it out. But the reason I ask you guys that is because I wanted you to think about that. If you do set New Year's resolutions and you're like me and we don't keep them, you know, we need to think on that. I've set many goals, maybe not New Year's resolutions, but many goals in my life. And most of us have, right? Because goal setting is important. We got to know what's important to us, how to get to that goal. But when we set those goals, so many times we get off course. And especially even in a program like this, we come on, man, we're going to lose the weight. We're going to get in shape. We're going to clean up our diet. We're sick of it. We're tired of feeling bad. Our confidence is low. We're tired of how we look in our clothes. We've got all these things. We feel like we've lost muscle. We're tired. And we come on here and we say, that's it. I'm going to pay Allie and Wade, and I am going to get in the best shape of my life. And then about 1 month in, it starts kind of dying off. And then sometimes by 3 months in, we forgot who Allie was and all these things. And you're like, ooh, haven't talked to Allie for months. That happens. You know, I've had people come on this program and they were so fired up. Now, this doesn't happen a lot, but they were so fired up on that consultation call. And I give them their calories, their macros, everything's set up and ready to go. And I kid you not, I don't hear from them again till their program is over. Never, not once.
And how do they do? They may not keep up with you, but
No, they don't do it.
they don't do any of it.
They don't do it. So that happens sometimes. Then I have people that come on and they're ready to go. And they're like, oh my gosh, let's do this. Let's do this. Oh gosh, this is hard. Oh, this is hard. I still want to do it though, but I'm not meeting my goals. I'm not doing them. So I kind of give up. I just think it's too hard for me. I just don't think that I can do it. And the reason I wanted to talk about that just a minute is because last week we talked about how strong we are and the things that we have accomplished or had to go through in life, got past them, so many of these things in our life. And we realized, oh my gosh, if we look back now, we can realize how strong we were, right? So this diet, you cannot tell me that you're not strong enough to do it because you've been stronger in areas of your life that were much more incredibly harder than this, right? So it's not that it's too hard. So we can use that excuse and say it's just too hard, but that's not the truth. So that's not the truth either. But see, a lot of times I think we forget why we're doing it, why it's important. You know, losing, and I say this and I'm going to say it again, losing 15, 20, 30 pounds or more is not something that makes you just want to go, I cannot wait to lose 15 pounds. I'm down. Allie, this is going to be the greatest time of my life. Let's do it. Because once you get in on it, it's not easy. If it were easy, everybody would do it. So it's not easy, but it's not hard. But it requires something of us, right? So today, what I want to talk about is setting those goals. And as we look at them, what should those goals look like? So as your coach, I have gone back in. Some of you have started a longer time ago, and I'm throwing bigger things at you. Like I'm giving you 130 grams of protein or 140 grams of protein. And you thought you were a protein eater, and you're looking at that going, okay, that seems easy. And then you try to meet that goal and you're like, holy crap, that's a lot of protein, right? And so now I'm stepping things up. Like I'm trying to do the basics. I'm looking at it like, okay, let's start out at 90 grams, which is a large amount for some women. And it's really a smaller amount, but it's a large amount for some ways, for some women. And then I'm walking it up. So I'm trying to take everything step by step. And I'm saying that for this reason, is that I want you to take the goal, I want you to look at the goals that you have set for yourself in this program. Okay. What does that look like? Some of you, it might be to lose 50 pounds. Some of you, it might need to lose 100 pounds. Some of you might need to lose 5 pounds. Some of you don't want to lose any weight, but you want to gain muscle. I want you to look at that goal and think about, what is your goal? Think about it right now. And if you have a pen and paper, I want you to write part of that down. And if you have time to write it down, or write it down later, just take a second and write down the most important goal to you. And if you don't have anything to write it down with, I want you to think about it. The most important goal to you as for being on this program. What is that? Rona's got hers. Good job, Rona.
I'm a little bit funny with it.
Do you want to share it? Nobody has to
Sure.
share it unless
No
you want
more.
to. I'm not asking you to share it, but if you want to, go
I
ahead.
don't mind sharing. Okay, so I'll tell you what. So I was on the program. For those people that don't know, I was on for a good while and I was getting results. It was really good. And then my life just kind of turned upside down, and it's still kind of on its side. And I'm just kind of going through a bit of a transition phase in life right now, because my husband and I have started sailing our sailboat, and so it's a whole new world. And then I'm working on a ship when I'm not sailing my own boat, right? So, and then so that's like being, for almost 24-hour stretches for days at a time kind of thing, like with naps here and there. And, so when we were sailing, a lot of my snacks were like beef jerky, protein bars. I made meatballs, like turkey meatballs and all that kind of stuff, like when I prepped for our big sail down. Anyway, but I've been slipping, right? So last night, I need some more sports bras. And so last night I was in Lululemon trying on sports bras. And they got a lot of mirrors in those change rooms.
Yeah, they do.
So my goal, what I wrote down was and then this morning I got up and I get up at 5 a.m. I do my workout, and because I work 12-hour days when I'm at work, and yeah. And so I'm like, I'm calling Allie today and I'm getting back on the program. So I did that.
Yay!
So here I am. And yeah. And so last night when I was in there trying on those sports bras, yeah, the back fat. Gotta go. Yeah. And that's my motivation. Really. Yeah.
So it can be something that simple.
Because, and why? Yeah, but like, what is that? That's like this middle, like that's unhealthy, right? And so, given my lifestyle, I have to maintain a good level of strength and health to be independent, to be, functional. My husband and I now, we're taking on this new lifestyle where it's us. We are relying on each other, and we're sailing a boat. We're harnessing the winds with our hands. Yeah, so I need to be strong and fit and healthy to be able to live that life to the fullest. So yeah,
That's
there you go.
good. And sailing is something that you're not only do, if you guys don't know Rona, she's a captain of a ship, actually, in the
Coast
Canadian
Guard.
Coast Guard. Thank you. So
Co-
she is a
Coast Guard,
female captain of a ship, which is so very, very cool. And so you were 1 month on ship and 1 month off. Are you still kind of like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, she lives on a ship for a month at a time. So it's really hard for her. And she has a cook, but they cook what they need to cook, and she just tries to make her diet work from that. So it's pretty hard when she's on the ship. But you're so passionate. See, it's not just about losing back fat for you because okay, that's what you want to do, but you're so passionate about it because of the life that you want to live. And you want to be out there on that sailboat. You build it, right, with your husband, this new sailboat? That is
right.
so cool.
Yeah.
They built it with their own hands. So cool. You'll have to show everybody a picture. You have to drop it in Team Bod Babes. But that is her passion. So that passion, see, is pulling you towards that. Like, I got to be strong. This is the life I love. And this is what I want to do. So now, see, just getting off the back fat, if that was all, that is a push. That's something you have to be like, God, I just want to get this back fat off. But the passion behind it is, I want to live this lifestyle. And this lifestyle is what will pull you. And you don't have to push for that. That's a pull. I love this. I'm passionate about this. And it pulls you and it drives you. And that's what you need to focus on is, man, so as you focus on this and living a healthier lifestyle for this, the rest of it comes into line. You see what I'm saying? So you're not having to push, it's about the back fat. It's not really about the back fat. It's about the lifestyle that you want to live, that you love. It's passion that drives you. So passion is a great thing. It's something that you and your husband do together. I love that. For me, what drove me, ladies, was, well, passion too, in a way, but also regret. So whenever I was in my previous marriage, I got married because, and only because, and I wasn't asked by my ex-husband to marry him. I got married because I was pregnant. He didn't ask me. Todd didn't ask me. He didn't ask me. We were young and we were just expected. Our families were very religious and we were just expected. You get married when you get pregnant and that's it. And so that's what we did. And so I stayed in that marriage for almost 31 years. Okay. And I decided after 31 years of nonsense that I really wanted to know what it felt like. There were so many things in my marriage that weren't right. And I'm not going to go into them and place blame because I have my own blame to carry. Okay. So I'm not going to point fingers, but I will say this, that I decided I wasn't going to go to my grave like that. And I just decided I was going to get a divorce. I honestly said I would never remarry, that I would never, do any of that. My kids used to laugh, but I was serious. But then I met Wade. And I was struggling with my weight. I was trying to get back in the shape. I was in the gym. I was tired of being where I was. I was so out of control. And I remember just walking in a room made me uncomfortable because I was adjusting my shirt and my clothes. And I just felt not like myself anymore, And so my self-esteem was through the ground. I mean, it was through the basement. And then I met Wade and he was getting in shape. He was this inspirational thing. First time I saw him on video, I had not met him in person. And he was pointing to this wall in a gym and he was talking. He was on a live video and he said, I'll be 51, but I'm going to compete my first contest. And he was talking about having this dream and wanting to be on that wall. And that's the first time I ever saw him on video. One of the first times. And I was just touched by it. And I thought, who is this man? And I went out of my way to try to meet him at the gym. I was always at the gym then. Boy, I was trying to meet him, And I just thought, I fell head over heels in love with Wade. very, very quickly. And I had never known that kind of love ever. And you want to talk about a passion that drove me? Holy cow. I wanted to be like he was. I wanted to be impressive. Like I wanted to get my crap together. You know, I didn't want to have problems with my confidence and like I did. And I still have confidence issues, but I wanted to change that. And really, so Wade was my passion, Rona. He was one of my passions. I also hated being so down on myself and feeling just so frustrated with the weight loss. So I studied, I learned everything I needed to learn and I put it to use, man. I tried everything, you know, failed at a lot of things, but I kept trying. So this time was different than any other time because this time, man, I was in it to win it. I wanted to be able to, and I told you guys this last week, but it's so true. If my husband came in the bathroom and I was getting out of the shower or something, I would scream, get out, close the door. I mean, I was, don't touch me, don't look at me. That's the kind of person I was. And I'm so different than that now. Of course, I have a better relationship, a different relationship. But that drew me, that pulled me. I needed something that pulled me. Now, I want you guys to have that pull. Okay. What is it? And it might be something that actually hurts you, like mine with my self-confidence. So it's not, like Rona said, not about this area. It, you know, we can point it out and say what we don't like about ourselves every day. Well, I can still point out things I don't like about myself. But it was about finding that thing that pulled me, you know, and I want you to narrow it down. I want you to look back now. Let's say, Sharon, you hit that goal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that goal is, you hit it. How would it feel to hit that goal? Tell me how you would feel if you were looking back and you thought, oh my God, I'm finally here. How would you feel about that?
Well, it feels fantastic. And I know that because I've done it before with other things. Any goal you set and you achieve that goal, you feel just empowered, I guess. Like, you know, you just feel wonderful about yourself. And the more you feel better about yourself, the better you're going to do in everything else. And it's going to, everyone's going to see it. So I know what it's like to set those goals and achieve them. And as soon as you start seeing small results, then you want to keep going further and further until you're there. So, you know, that's what I'm going to do with this. It's a great feeling. I've done it before and I'll do it again.
Good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yes.
Mhm.
And I love, Sharon, that you said it affects you in every area of your life because it does. See, we think this is about weight loss or we want to get rid of this area or that area, or we're sick of looking at it, or we don't have enough muscle. And we, you know, and my thing was, I wanted to feel sexy again. I felt like crap about myself, you know, and I wanted to be confident and all these things. And so, you know, those are great, inspiring things. But here's the thing, like Sharon said, it does change every area of your life. Here I am today, a 55-year-old woman running a fitness business that we started when we were 52 years old, 53 years old. And sitting here in front of you, it's crazy to me. I never would have thought of doing this, but because changing my life, and I've always wanted to help people, and it just kind of spiraled into this company. We didn't plan on starting any company, and it's changed my entire life. You know, Wade has been able to quit his job as he was a butcher. He's was able to come home and we're living our passion
Right.
of helping people.
Shows.
Thank you, Sharon.
But
And
then-
so, go ahead, honey.
no, you go ahead.
That's what it does. Like you said, it pulls you to be your best.
Right.
You know, I got in a place that the reason I wanted to change was I just got so, I remember, and I've told you guys some of this before, but I started drinking every night in my previous marriage. Every single night I was sitting on the bed beside my ex-husband, who was sitting on the bed every night. I went in there as he watched TV and played video games every single night after work. Sometimes I'd even bring his dinner to him on the bed. And to spend time with him meant to sit beside him on the bed. Well, I'm not in TV. So what I did was I would just drink alcohol, whiskey, and I would Facebook for hours until I was so drunk. I passed out every night in the clothes I had on all day. That was on purpose too,
Mhm.
because I didn't want him to touch me. But long story short, that was my life. And I remember being drunk one night and I was sitting there and here's the video games, here's the TV, and it's loud. And I'm sitting there and I'm drinking and looking down and I don't know what caught me, but something caught me and it just hit me. And I still remember the words going through my head. You can live this life from a nursing home.
Right.
Of course, they probably wouldn't like it if I was in a nursing home drinking every night. But you know what I mean? It was just like, it was no passion. It was no nothing. And I remember, and I'll tell you, that rang through my soul. I mean, it rang through my soul. And that's the very second I knew I would not go to my grave. I saw myself in that nursing home dying on my deathbed. I had a vision of it. And I still remember it to this day. And I was looking back with all these regrets. So I want you to take the same thing and I want you to look ahead and say, okay, what if I'm in the same place I am right now next year? How is that going to feel?
Horrible.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's why we've got to think about that. That can change your life if you really think on it. If I am in the same place next year, am I going to be fine with that?
Mm.
You know, what about 5 years? Remember the last 5 years? Oh my God, I've been with Wade 3.5 years. They're the fastest 3.5 years ever. If I look back up ahead 3.5 years, that time is just flying, you know? And we've got to make up our minds right now what we want for our future, because, you know, a lot of times, I'm going to use the ship thing. If you're out there sailing, you want to direct yourself. You want to direct, like Rona was talking about, you've got to move the sail so you can direct your ship. So many times we just get on the ocean and we just let the waves and the wind toss us, and we're just going wherever life kind of takes us. We have no direction and no goals. We just go through life and we think, a lot of times we think that because we're over 40, over 50 years old, over 60 years old, even over 70 years old, we think, well, that's it. This is all I'll ever be, and this is all I'll ever do. And if you would have asked me at age 50 when I quit my music career and I couldn't find a job that even paid minimum wage, and I didn't have the love of my life, I had failed in every area just about of my life you can name. If I would have a future like this, like if I would be mentoring and helping women and have my own company, and I would have said, you're crazy.
Yeah.
If you would have asked me if I'd find the love of my life after the age of 50, I'd have said, you're nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if love would ever happen for me.
Right.
So here I am today, standing in front of you saying, let's make some goals and let passion or even hurt drive us. Even my hurt drove me, but man, it was a deep hurt. It made me cry. I wasn't going to live that life anymore. I wasn't going to do it. I wasn't going to be the person I was. I was going to be a better person. I was going to be a kinder person. I was going to love my kids more. I was going to quit being so angry and hateful all the time. I wasn't going to be a drunk. And you know what? I wasn't going to be confidenceless. I was going to build my confidence back. I was going to feel better. I was going to look better. And I was going to find my sexy. And I don't care if anybody tells me I need to have long hair or short hair or how to dress. I'm going to dress how I want, and I'm going to look however I want.
Mm-hmm. And
that's just how it's going to be. And I have decided to be my own 55-year-old woman. I'm not going to let people tell me how to dress or look or anything. And if I want to be sexy, I'll be sexy. And that's just how it's going to be, because I'm me. I got one me.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I've had women try to tell me, you need to change this. You need to dress you need to dress your age. You need to cut your hair off, which I did, but it's grown back. All these things. And let them put me in this box. And see, I was too busy trying to please everybody else that I wasn't happy. and I'm not doing it anymore. I'm gonna live my best life. Sorry, I went there. I didn't mean to go there. Our time is about up, but I want you to this week to focus on this. And some of you wrote down your goals. I want you to know why those are important to you and feel what it would feel like to hit those goals. And then I want you to look back and I want you to think, what if I don't hit those goals? How is that going to feel if I'm right here next to you? Man. Now, this isn't hard. So after you think about that, I want you to think about if you look back from that goal and you made it, I mean, Judy, you're seeing some incredible things happen in your body, woman. There is, Jesus. And here we got Pam, same thing. And I keep harboring on you, Pam, because I love you so much, but you inspire the heck out of me. You do. She inspires the heck out of me.
Don't know,
She is a
don't know why.
excuse. Oh God, there's so many reasons. You are a no excuses type of woman. But knowing that she was in a wheelchair and she was fighting for her life, her family was called in, thought she was going to die. And here she is. She is one of the most committed, one of the most strongest women I have ever met in my life. But that's why you inspire me. There's every reason that you inspire me. Everything I can think of about you. But anyways, you guys just inspire the heck out of me. Judy, you inspire the heck out of me. Go ahead, Pam.
To Pam, I was on this last week and heard a little bit of her story, and it was very inspirational. Pam, you had said you were just happy that you could go and lift some weights, and you were able to even just do the smallest things, and you were so appreciative and grateful for that.
Yeah.
And that stuck with me. You know, I give you a lot of credit. You're doing it. So good for you.
Thanks. I appreciate that, because I think that a lot of people quit before, right as they're starting to make gains, or right when their body's going to do what they want it to do, they quit. And if you just stick with it, I mean, it just, that's all it takes, is just getting up and doing it. And yeah, I thank God every day that I can stand on my own 2 feet. And so when I see able-bodied people that can push a lot of weight and have all the capabilities, and they just don't,
Right.
Gosh, I wish I was that way again. You know, I wish I had that body again. So.
You're right. Well, you keep doing it. I think you're terrific.
Right. And everybody just be thankful and hit it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'll tell you what, Leslie's up there fighting. She's pushing. I see it. You know, you're just going for it. I'm so proud of you, Leslie. I'm proud of all you ladies who are fighting for yourself. And I'll tell you what, it's just been amazing to watch. But I want you to break these down. And before I go, here's our homework for this week, okay? I usually don't give homework, but I think it's important because I want you to know why you're doing this. I don't want you to go deep on it. It might hurt, some of the reasons why, but I want you to go deep on them. I want you to feel it. It's not about losing 15, 30, 100 pounds. It's about something else. Why did you come on here? It's not about losing 15 to 100 pounds. It's not, really. It's more than that. Most likely. Most likely it's more.
I just wanted to be my friend, Allie.
Oh, you're sweet. I'll be your friend even if you're not on this program. I don't care. You're my friend. So I want you to go deep on it. But then I want you to break it down. If you're looking back, here's what I want your homework to be. And we're going to get off here. I want you to look back like you've hit that goal. Okay. You hit it 100%. I want you to feel it. Feel that, what it feels like to hit that goal. Look at your life around you and see how it could change by hitting that goal. And that seems crazy, but when your confidence changes, so much around you changes. Your life can change. Just like Sharon said, it's so true, Sharon. I've had people who have restored their marriage because they've lost weight. Sounds crazy. Been a better mom, got job promotions, started companies because they took control of this area of their life, and it's changed every area of their life. They begin to believe in themselves again. I've also had women walk away from marriages and say, I'm not going to be abused like that anymore. You know, stood up for themselves, demanded more of themselves, went back to college. It's so crazy to see the way that getting to your goal here can change your life. But
Right.
here's what I want you to do. Look back from that goal, and I want you to celebrate it. And I want you to think, what was the first step that I took to get here? And if you haven't done that step and got solid on that step, I want you to get solid with it. I don't know what that step might be for you. For some of you, it's, I want to hit my calories every day. And I'm going to tell you, that's going to help get you to your goal quicker than anything. The next thing is how your body looks is about your protein. So I want you to take 1 or 2 goals, and I want you to say, I'm going to conquer these 2 things. Maybe it's just like I broke it down in the new website. It's just calories and protein. Maybe it's just calories and protein. I'm going to get them down every day. I'm going to get them down. Maybe it's you're good on your food, but you're not doing your workouts. Maybe you're not challenging yourself in your workouts. Is that what it is? I want you to look back, and I want you to make whatever that is. If you haven't accomplished that, if you are not solid on it, I want you to become solid on it. And when you do, then you move to another goal. Okay. You move to your next goal. When you got that down and it's easy for you, then you move to the next goal. Okay. And that's how we're going to do it. And I want you to really go hard on that goal. Whenever you look at that and you think, God, I'm not hitting I'm over my calories every day. I'm over my calories every day. I want you to think about your goal. And if you're here next year at the same place, how that's going to feel. You can do this. It's not hard. You've proven to me even last week that you're much stronger than you give yourself credit for. This thing right here, it's a small thing. Just break it off into chunks and let's get it done. Let's chunk it out. All right. Small goals. Whoop their butt, conquer them, and then add the next goal. Whoop its butt, and you've got the domino effect, man. And you're just building. And you're getting more momentum and more momentum and more momentum. All right. Let's do that. All right. And so when you go into your small groups, I want that to be your goal. I don't care what it is. I want you to say, I'm going to be accountable to somebody for this. If your small groups are not doing well because they weren't, and I got PO'd yesterday and let everybody have it, then we need to do something else. If your group doesn't step up their game, then we're stepping up your game somewhere else, because I'm not going to let you guys flounder out there on your own. We need each other. All right. Let's get it done, man. Let's make Team Bod Babes our Facebook group. It's quiet. Let's blow that thing up. If you got something you can share, a recipe, if you've got a workout you like, if there's something you can share to encourage somebody else, do it. If there's help that you need, reach out there. It's just on Team Bod Babes is a small little area just for clients. Okay. And that's our private area for just ladies. And we need to start. It's a new group, but we need to really start encouraging each other, helping each other. And that's our bigger team. We've got smaller groups off in Messenger, but let's really, if you're not on a small Messenger group and you want to be on one, let me know. Okay. But our Team Bod Babes team, not Bod Babes, the other one with 1,000 people in it. Team Bod Babes has around 60 people in it, I think. And not all of our women are in there.
That's a Facebook.
But that's on Facebook, but make sure you're in there. And Team Bod Babes, if you don't have the link, I'll send it to you. Let's get in there and let's really support each other. Let's blow that place up because we need each other. Okay.
Okay.
All right. That's all I got. Do your homework this week. Go on it. Get that first goal down. Let's do it, guys. All right. I love y'all. Have a wonderful week. I'll talk to you soon.
Take care.
Bye. You
Bye.
too. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye.